Yeah. Sir, you can start, sir. You can start, sir. That's solved.
Yeah.
Your audio is unable to get. You're getting your audio, sir.
Are you able to see the screen?
See, now we are getting the audio. Ganesh, sir.
Oh, I was not speaking actually.
Okay, okay. Sir, that's why I felt also say.
So let us continue. Let us start. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Audible, audible.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, actually, the continuity equation says actually for a free flow through any geometry, as I told you yesterday, if it's going to be a nozzle, a gas combustor, or the geometry what we have taken yesterday, like a scramjet engine, or whatever may be, it has to, all the flows have been governed by three general principles. One is conservation of mass, that is the mass flow rate at inlet should be equal to the mass flow rate at the exit. And the second thing is the conservation of momentum, that is based on the Newton's second law of motion. And the third is the conservation of energy, that is based on the first law of thermodynamics. So these are the three basic funda equations which is common to almost every problem. And if there is any heat transfer or combustion, then it is necessary to include the energy equation. If there's only fluid flow and there's no heat transfer or there's no combustion or chemical reaction, then there's no need to go for the energy equation. It is enough to solve the kinetic equation and the momentum equation. And if the flow is going to be turbulent instead of laminar, we can try to simulate with the help of the same momentum equation. The momentum equation is also known as Navier-Stokes equation for the real fluid. The momentum equation is also called as Euler's equation, and it is applicable for an ideal fluid, IDEAL, ideal fluid. But this presents Navier and Stokes from nearby countries. One person is from France and another person is from England, English mathematician. Stokes is from an English mathematician. Navier is a mechanical military engineer. Both in the time period of 1840s and the 1850s, both have developed this momentum equation for the real fluid. A real fluid is a fluid which possesses viscosity. Yesterday itself we have discussed what is meant by viscosity. Viscosity is the resistance between any two fluid layers. So that is the real fluid. For those type of fluids, Navier and Stokes have come upon with momentum equation. So in order to acknowledge both these persons, in order to appreciate and acknowledge both these persons, their name has been given as Navier-Stokes equation. When they developed this equation, they developed only for the laminar flow. They have not developed for the turbulence flow. But today, after nearly 120 years, from 1840, 1960, after that, now we are in a position of using this Navier-Stokes equation even for turbulence flows. I will let you know how they have been able to use this particular Navier-Stokes equation for even turbulence flow. But even in our softwares like Fluent and CFX, still we are using this momentum equation, namely the Navier-Stokes equation, mainly for the laminar flow. The turbulence has been modeled by means of one equation model or two equation model or five equation model. The one equation model is known as a Spalart-Alamas model. The two equation models, there are a number of models starting from standard K epsilon, standard K omega, irrealizable K epsilon, renormalized K epsilon, then SST K omega, that is CS stress transport K omega, and a five equation model, namely RSM model, Reynolds stress model. So there are a number of models in order to calculate the turbulent variables, namely U prime, V prime, and W prime. So it is possible to find the turbulence by modeling. Whereas now the Navier-Stokes equation, what we are using, it will be called as RANS. RANS stands for Reynolds Averaged Navier-Stokes equation. This person Reynolds have taken the average value of the Navier-Stokes equation and he named as RANS. I will tell what is meant by average after some time, but now it is quite, it will be difficult for you to understand what is meant by averaging. So this person Reynolds is also a great scientist. We have even the Reynolds number and all. So based on that, we found that Reynolds average Navier-Stokes equation is there. So that is nothing but the momentum equation. So almost all the flow, if there's no heat transfer, we are required to solve the continuity equation and the momentum equation. So the funda for the Navier-Stokes equation is the Newton's second law of motion. That I will come to you when I'm going to teach the Navier-Stokes equation. Right now, I could see some 149, 139 participants have been added. So I'll go into the subject directly. So this continuity equation, this is I, not L, it's looking like L, but it's I only, continuity equation or conservation of mass. So already we have discussed in the first day itself. We know that density equal to what? We know that density equal to mass by volume. So if I'm going to have mass, it will be density into volume. So that's what I will written. So volume can be written as area into length. So mass equal to density into area into length. Both sides I am divided by time. So mass by time equal to rho A into length by time. So this when the mass divided by time, it become rate. So mass per rate. So m dot. Here it is called m only. Now it is called m dot. Always whenever there's a dot, it indicates a rate with respect to time. So m dot equal to rho A into V. Here the V stands for once again the velocity, rho A V. Okay. So now if you're going to have a session like this, if you're going to have a session like this, yeah. Once again, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to session like this, and I'm going to have this is the inlet as one, and the outlet is two, and this is what m dot one, and this is what m dot two. Then m dot one will be equal to rho one a one v one. M dot two equal to rho two a two and v two. The continuity principle says that rho one a one v one should be equal to what? Rho two a two v two. So this is the continuity principle it says. So the concept says that the mass flow rate at the inlet should be equal to the mass flow rate at the exit. But this one already we discussed. This gives only an average value, whereas we want to find the velocity or any parameter at anywhere within the domain, like this, like this, like this, anywhere. So we want to find the instantaneous value with respect to space and time, and hence we want to know every value. Okay. If you want, I can even save this as a JPG. Even I can save as PDF. Okay, nothing wrong. So it will be communication first page. I'll put in desktop. If anything is required, we can go back to the print screen and we can discuss. So that's a better idea. So I thought I can save in the print screen option. So let me go to the next slide. For that, I will erase it. Yeah, this one only we are going to, now the principle is the same. How much mass is letting in, it should go away, irrespective of the area of construction of the inlet or exit.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt, sir. If
no
for
problem.
convenience, if you require means you can even use the PPT now, so that you have the digital pen. You can write there, and there will be slides which can be easy for you also to refer. Instead of saving each and everything, which may take you some time, this might be helpful. Simple suggestions. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe to a certain extent I'll go with the whiteboard. Then if you want, I can go with the PPT. If you want to cover fully, I can cover the PPT fully, but it will be most effective. That is the reason why I have not gone with the this one. Okay.
Okay.
And somebody have told I'm not audible. If it's visible, somebody, if it's my audio is visible, sir. Yeah, it may be the earlier one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible. Audible. Sir.
Audible. Okay, fine, fine. Yeah, fine. Now what I can do, I can even put my video to stop mode so that I can have more area. Now we are going to derive the continuity equation for a fluid element fixed in space. So I'm going to have a fluid element fixed in space. That is a concept we are going to see now. So for this, what I'm going to do means, okay, now this is the fluid element which is not going to move because it is fixed in space. So the resultant type of Gaussian equation will be what? Will be integral or differential?
Integral form.
It will be integral. Integral or differential?
Integral form of
How
conservative
can,
form.
how can be integral? I consider a fluid element, not a
Okay.
It's
control.
differential form.
Differential form.
So we will be getting the differential form.
of
Whether this
conservative
differential form will have D or dou.
is dou.
Dou. There will be no D because it is not moving. D will come to picture only whenever there is a what? When the fluid is moving. We already know the result or the answer is that the resultant Gaussian equation will be having only dou and not D. Okay. Now let us assume the velocity which is entering along the x direction as u, along the y direction as v, along the z direction as w, and let the distance between this phase and this phase be delta x. Similarly, along the y direction, let it be delta y. Similarly, you can imagine the delta z in this direction along the direction normal to the board. So now let us be the u. Let us name it so it will be easy for us to understand. So it is A, B, C, D, and E. Sorry, this is E. And this is F, and this is G, and this is H. Okay, now you know the velocity at the phase A, B, C, D. The velocity is what? U. And through which area it is entering? It is entering in the area, say, DZ, and it is entering into the area, say, DY. The area is DY into DZ because the flow will enter normal. So the area of cross-section will be what? DY into DZ. Okay. So we know what is velocity. We know rho 1, A1, B1. Okay. So we know rho. We know the area velocity is what? U1 or U. There's no need to put U. U1. It's enough to put U. And what about the area? Area is DZ into DY because this is the area through which the flow is entering. So I want to calculate not the mass, but the mass flow rate. So the mass flow rate is given by rho 1, A1, B1. So the velocity we know, it is U. The density is rho. What about the area? It is dz into dy. So I can tell net mass, or mass we can put. There is no need to put net mass. Net mass entering into the fluid element across A, B, C, D is what? Rho. The area is what? Dy into dz. What is the another thing? Last is what? U. So you keep this as equation number 1. Any doubt up to here? I'm ready to answer you. If you have any doubt, I'm ready to answer you. If it's fine, I can go ahead. Okay, fine. So now we can see the net mass entering into the fluid element across the phase ABCD is given by rho A, rho AV. Rho is rho, area is dy dz, and the velocity is u because the actual velocity is u. Now I want you to tell me what will the amount of mass available at phase EFGH. The phase EFGH. Yeah, can anyone tell?
So can I answer?
I know the mass flow rate at ABCD. I want to know the mass flow rate at EFGH. How to find out?
Hello, sir, can I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is rho dy dz multiplied by u plus dou u by dou x into del x. Using Taylor series, we can find the velocity at the exit phase, EFGH.
Good, good. What is your name, sir?
Sir, my actual name is Vijay Karthi. It's Oscar Schindler.
Okay, fine. So you are given exactly the right answer. And now what I can tell means, compared to ABCD, the distance between EFGH is delta x. So you know the value at x, you want to know the value at x plus delta x. So definitely we can use the Taylor series. What does the Taylor series says? F of x plus delta x will be equal to f of x plus dou f by dou x into dx. So I can write you the Taylor series here. So it will be easy for us to understand. It will be, okay. Yeah, it meant f of x plus delta x plus delta x will be equal to f of x plus dou f by dou x into delta x by 1 factorial. So I am not taking the higher terms. I am taking only the first two terms. So f of x plus delta x equal to f of x plus dou f by dou x is nothing but my Taylor series into delta x by 1 factorial by Taylor series. Here f of x plus delta x is nothing but what is the value of the mass flow rate at the section EFGH. What is f of x? What is the mass flow rate of the section ABCD? So I know the value at ABCD. Now I want to find the value at EFGH, which is nothing but f of x plus dx. So first of all, what I write, what are the value I know I should write? What is the value you know at x? It is rho u. It is rho u into dy dz. So this is the value which you know at f of x. F of x is nothing but the location x. So f of x is written. Now what you have to write? You have to write among these three variables, which is constant, which is variable. Among these, there are four variables: rho u, dy, dz. This dy, dz can be called as area. So there are three variables. Now velocity is a variable. There are three things. One is density, u, and area. So which one you feel it is a constant and which is variable, or all are variable?
Density and
All
velocity is
are
variable. If it is incompressible, density
very good.
remains constant.
Density. Super. You are really great. Now, yeah. Velocity is a variable. Density is a variable. Dy dz is a constant. When density is a variable means for a compressible flow, density is a variable. This density can also be a constant for an incompressible flow. But right now we'll take for a general case that the density can also vary. So density is also a variable, u is also a variable, and dy dz is a constant. Very good. So out of these things, the variable is only rho u. Now why I'm taking rho u means because that is the function I want, which is the variable. There's no problem with the constant. So you can see here dou f by dou x. Now you write dou by dou x. Now you write here as what? Dou by dou x. What is f now? F is only rho u into what? Delta x. Delta x is what here? dx. Into already available constant. The constants are what? dy, dz. Got what I'm telling? So within the bracket, I had to put only rho u because those are the variables. Dy, dz is constant. Already we are taking the same constants here also. Why this dx came? Dx came because of delta x. Here the delta x is nothing but what? Our dx in the diagram. So the amount of mass available at the phase EFGH is obtained from Taylor series as f of x plus dou f by dou x into delta x. So it will be equal to rho u into dy dz, that is at f of x, plus dou by dou x. You can see that you can correlate this one, plus dou by dou x of what is f? Rho u into dy dz only. But I have taken dy dz separately because it's a constant. And why I put dx? Because dx is nothing but by delta x. So I hope everybody may be knowing what is the, how we have derived the expression number 2. Any doubt, I'm ready to answer here because after that it may go away. If there's any doubt to the
No, sir.
participants or the, shall we proceed further? Yeah, if you
Yes.
have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll, okay, fine, there's no doubt. Good. Yeah. So I'll put a print screen. I will take it to the next one also. Yeah, file, save as, and I'll put JPG, and I can put CE2, that is continuation, page number 2. Yeah, fine. Yes. Now we have to erase this thing. Otherwise, now you see this amount of mass is entering. This amount was okay. Net amount of mass which is going to leave the fluid element will be given by 2 minus 1. So this amount of mass which is available at 2, but the net amount of mass which can leave the fluid element across the phase EFGH will be given by 2 minus 1. So what is the amount of mass of the fluid which is coming away out of the fluid element in the x direction is given by 2 minus 1. So what will happen means when I'm going to subtract 2 with 1, this term and this term will get cancelled. And I'll be left out only with this term, dou by dou x. Whether I'm okay, I hope I'm not fast. Now this much of mass is coming, this much of mass is available, this one. So what the amount of mass it will be leaving means 2 minus 1 in the x direction. So this is positive, this is positive, this is negative. So this is positive, this negative will go away. So the remaining will be what? Dou by dou x of rho u dx dy dz. That is the net amount of mass which is leaving the fluid element along the x direction, is not along EFGH. Along the x direction is given as dou by dou x of rho u into dx dy dz. Are you fine? I hope you're fine. So I'll go and erase it. So the main thing is you should know the Taylor series, and whenever there's a delta x or delta y, you should be able to apply the Taylor series. So I will make it fast. So you can see here, okay, I'll erase it completely. So we can see here, yeah. So net amount of mass leaving the fluid element along the x direction is given by dou by dou x of rho u into dx dy and dz. Similarly, can you tell what will be the amount of mass leaving the fluid element along the y direction? Now along the x direction the velocity is u, along the y direction the velocity is v. Now I want you to answer me what will be the amount of mass which will leave the fluid element along the y direction.
Dou by dou y of rho v dx dy dz.
Excellent, madam. Excellent. You are right. Yeah, you are right. Yeah, please tell me. So dou by dou y of rho into
Rho
v.
v
Yeah.
dx by dz, sir.
Yeah, dx, dy, and dz. Amazing. Similarly, one more participant, you may tell what is the amount of mass which may leave the fluid element along the z direction. The velocity is W. The velocity is W. I hope everyone knows. So I'm writing the answer. I take it for granted. So it is dou by dou Z of rho W into dx dy. Whenever the fluid is going to come out of the fluid element, it is considered to be the positive one. Whenever the fluid is going to get into the fluid element, is considered to be the negative one. So we are considering the positive. The fluids are coming outside the fluid element. Now my next question, what will be my next question? What will be my next question? Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, what will be my next question?
What will be the rate of mass?
No, that is not my next question. First we have to complete here. Now the next question is, along the x direction we know, along the y direction we know, along the z direction we know, then what will be the question?
In all direction.
Very good. So
The
what is
sum
the
of
net? Yeah, you told me what is you told say. What is the total amount of mass which will be leaving the fluid element in all the x, y, and z direction? Then what we have to do?
summing up.
We have to sum up. Okay, so I will be writing here itself. So it is the x direction mass is this much, y direction mass is this much, and I should have to erase this one. Okay, so now we can see the total mass of not only in the x direction, in the along the x, y, and z direction is given by. So the total amount of mass which is coming out of the fluid element along the x, y, and z direction is given by dou x of rho u into dx dy dz plus dou y of rho v into dx dy dz plus dou z of rho w into dx dy dz. Now, are you clear? Do you have any doubts? It's clear? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I have a doubt. Can I ask the doubt?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay, I will ask the doubt. Now, some mass is coming in, some mass is going out, then it both should be equal. Now I'm getting more mass out of the fluid element. How it is possible? Let us say 5 kg is entering in. Then it can leave 5 kg, but I'm getting 7 kg because this is the net mass. Net mass means which is more than what is there coming the left hand side. Then only is called as net mass. So I am supplying 5 kg along the face ABCD, but I'm getting 7 kg along the face EFGH, which is not okay because it is not obeying the conservation of mass, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now some 2 kg is coming along X direction, 3 kg is coming along Y direction, 5 kg is coming along Z direction, which is more than the input. Then the mass is not conserved.
Yes, sir.
How it is possible? But we have to conserve the mass. That is called
But
the conservation of mass. Yeah.
we have to consider the accumulation of mass within the volume.
Yeah. Then how you can still? You are right. You can still explain further. What you told is right. How we are going to explain now? I am giving 5 kg along the X direction. I am getting 7 kg along the. I am giving 5 kg along ABCD, but I am getting 7 kg at EFGH. How we are getting 7 kg? You have to explain me.
Input minus output is equal to accumulation.
It's not accumulation here. Here it's not accumulated. How already the outcome is more than the input. Then how can you get accumulated?
Some
Some
generation.
Generation.
Huh?
Mass generation inside the control valve.
How you can generate? I'm giving you 5 rupees and I'm asking you 7 rupees. How you can store money? How you can generate money? If I'm going to ask 3 kg, 3 rupees, then you can save money or you can accumulate, isn't it? But my outcome is more than the income. I'm giving you 5 rupees, but I'm asking you 7 rupees. Then how can you tell that you have more mass? How can you tell that I can store more rupees in your bank? It is in the other way. What you told is right, but it's in the other way. Someone can answer me?
Sir, can I?
Yeah,
Sir,
please, please.
If the amount of mass leaving along x direction alone is considered, let us say it is 8. If it is going to be negative 2 on y and it's going to be 0 on z, so on a whole that will be 0. The net
No,
change.
here what you are thinking a little bit good. I really appreciate your thinking power. But what I'm telling here is also, in x direction 2 kg is more. In y direction also I'm getting 3 kg more. In z direction also I'm getting 5 kg more. So totally I'm getting 10 kg more than what I have supplied. Got the logic? This is a scenario. You try to answer in a very better way, but still I am not that much good fellow. I am torturing, I am disturbing you in such a way like this. All the flow are mass flow which is coming outside the fluid element. It's
Sir,
not
this
getting
might be-
adjusted. Yeah.
This might be for a particular instant of time, but for a previous instant of time, the input may be higher than that of the output, and during that period, there might be some accumulation over the.
No, at any instant
under
of
study.
time, I can't give a value which is not, which I don't have. For example, if I'm sending only in 5 kg, but how can I get 7 kg at any instant of time?
Something
Isn't
needs
it?
to be generated, sir. Some mass generation internally.
Yeah, that was what I am expecting. It's not generated. You should not use the word generated. You are always feeling that the fluid element is empty. No, I'll answer you. I'll already came to the answer. Please listen to me. Now, the fluid element is already there. You are feeling that the fluid element is already empty. The fluid element is not empty. It has a certain mass of fluid in it. So I'm going to give 5 kg along the extraction, and I'm going to give 7 kg means already within the fluid element I'm having some 20 kg. Out of this 20 kg, I'm going to, or let us say I'm having 10 kg of mass within the fluid element. Then out of this 10 kg, I'm going to give 2 kg. So the outlet mass is going to be 7 kg. Got the logic? The fluid element is not already empty. The fluid element has a certain mass already in it. Now I'm setting only 5 kg per second of mass at the left hand side phase. Now already the fluid element has certain mass. It is going to give that mass. So the mass which is going to come out along the x direction at the EFGH will be 7 kg. Similarly, I am going to give 5 kg along the y direction. I will be getting 8 kg along the y direction at the exit of the y direction, which means the fluid element is going to already stored some mass in it. That mass is going to give. That is called as 3 kg is going to give. Similarly, in the y direction, Z direction is going to give 5 kg. Got the logic? So this mass can come outside of the fluid element only when there is a decrease of mass inside the fluid element. If all of you agree with me, I will repeat the statement. If there is certain mass which is going to come out the fluid element means, which is going to come outside the fluid element more than the input means, which means certain amount of mass has been decreased or reduced inside the fluid element. Do you agree with me? Then only it will be, but I get is 7 kg, which means what? Already the fluid element is having 2 kg and is going to give me. Okay, you are giving 5 kg, you are giving 500 rupees and asking me 700 rupees. I can give you 700 rupees. In the means, I am going to take some 200 rupees from my pocket and I am going to give you 700 rupees. Which means for me some 200 rupees have been removed from my pocket. Got the logic? The same logic is applicable here. If everyone got the logic what I am told? Okay. If everyone get the concepts, it's very simple only.
Sir, but this won't be happen in actual case, no, sir.
It will happen. It will happen. The other way also it will happen. The other way also it will happen. The other way is that I will sending only 5 kg. I will be getting only 3 kg. In that kg, 2 kg of mass will be accumulated inside the fluid element. That is also possible. In certain in such a case, the output will be negative because the mass is being inside. So it will be negative, and the mass will be within the fluid element will rise. So that will be positive. So both are same. So both are positive. Okay, got the logic. Sometimes there's also possibility that 5 kg will be sent in, 5 kg will be gone away. So there's a there's no need of anything which is getting reduced or getting accumulated. All the three things are possible. Got the logic? I'm going to send 5 kg and I'm going to get 5 kg outside, which means there's no loss or there's no gain inside the fluid element. That is also possible. All these three cases are possible. Sometimes more mass can come up from the fluid element. Sometimes less mass can come from the fluid element. Sometimes same mass can come inside the fluid element. But as a whole, total mass is conserved. Total mass is conserved. That is nothing but your conservation of mass. So I hope I can proceed further. Now this mass is coming means, which means this amount of mass is coming along the x direction. This amount of mass is coming along the y direction. This amount of mass is coming along the z direction. All this mass is coming because there's a decrease of mass inside the fluid element. What is the mass inside the fluid element? Rho into dx, dy, dz. Why? Density into volume is nothing but mass. I told density equal to mass by volume. So mass will be density into volume. So rho into dx, dy, dz is nothing but mass. This mass will decrease with respect to time. So it is dou by dou t. Why I am putting dou by dou t and not d by dt? Because the fluid element is fixed. So I am putting dou by dou t. So dou by dou t of rho dx, dy, dz. Whether the mass is decreasing or increasing, it is decreasing. So I am putting a negative sign. Got the logic? So this expression is say, let us say this expression is 4, this expression is 3. What is 3? The net amount of mass coming away from the fluid element in all the three directions is given by the equation number 3. This mass is coming because this amount of mass is getting decreased within the fluid element within the same time. So what is the mass? Which is nothing but rho into dx, dy, dz is the mass inside the fluid element, and is going to decrease with respect to time. So the negative sign is there. So if this mass is coming, this will be equal to this amount of mass. So 3 should be equal to what? 4. 3 should be equal to what? 4. Got the logic what I'm telling? So this is the 3 is the amount of mass which is coming out, and 4 is the amount of mass which is getting decreased within the fluid element. Both should be equal. Both should be equal in order to have the conservation of mass principle. If it's so, when I'm going to equate this equation with this one, I can erase this one. So now I equated. Now what I did, I equated that. I'm even erasing the 3. I'm equating 3 with 4. So the left hand side indicates the mass which is coming from the fluid element, and the right hand side with minus sign indicates the amount of mass decreasing inside the fluid element. Now both should be same. If it's decreasing more amount of mass will come. If it's decreasing less amount of mass will come. If there is no decrease in the mass, this left hand side also will become 0. Got what I'm telling? So both will be same. The other way also will happen. If it's going to be negative, all these three terms are going to be negative. This term will become positive. This term will become positive. So I hope I have not confused you, but I have made it very clear in one way. Otherwise, it is getting confused. Both may it may happen, but I felt you may be able to understand. Okay. So I will put it here, put it back here. Now, in all the terms, which is common, dx, dy, dz is common. So I can strike off the dx, dy, dz, because all the terms have dividing all the terms with the volume dx, dy, dz. This one, and now I want to equate to 0. So take this term with the negative side to the other side, so it become positive. So and you take the equal sign to the other way. So I can tell. I hope I am not fast. Why I am doing all these things? Because there's no there's no need to write once again. That's the logic. Yeah. And when I'm going to take to the other side, it will become what?
Positive.
Yeah, positive. So this will become positive, and this term will become equal to what? 0. I had a equal to minus 5. Now what I made x plus y equal to 0. That's it. Earlier I had x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to minus y. Now what I did, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus y equal to 0. I hope it is very simple only. So since I did all dx, dy, dz, the final expression will be looking like what? I can take a print screen of this one, and I can save us I can say as C3, that is continuity equation, page number 3. But many things we have overwritten, but anyhow, nothing wrong. So we have this equation. Now let me move to the next page. Now if you want to erase also, we can erase because these terms are not there. That is the meaning of what I want to tell. So there's no need to write once again also. You can feel it. Here it's. So now this is the equation. So now this is the equation. So what is this equation known as? Continuity equation. This is the equation what I written yesterday. Dou rho by dou t plus dou by dou x of rho u plus dou by dou v of rho v plus dou by dou z of rho w equal to 0. So this is the continuity equation for the fluid element fixed in space. In the next page, if you want, I can write it, or I can erase it here itself, and we can write it. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, here I'm going to write as like this: dou by dou t, dou rho by dou t plus dou rho u by dou x plus dou rho v by dou y plus dou rho w by dou z equal to 0. So this is the equation. This is the equation known as continuity equation for the fluid element fixed in space. Any doubt so far? If there's any doubt, I'm ready to clarify you. If there's no doubt, we'll proceed further. Okay. So if you have any doubt, participants,
No, sir.
yeah? No. So you are able to get it. Good. So dou rho by dou t plus dou rho u by dou x. Can anyone tell the same equation in vectorial form? Can anyone tell the same equation in vector? Now you can see, now there is no d, which means what is understood? There is no element or control volume is moving. The control volume or the fluid element is fixed. Why? Because there is no letter called as d. And it is all full of differential form, and hence it should be only a fluid element. So it is fluid element fixed in space. What you did is right. What you did expression is right, because it doesn't contain capital D. It doesn't contain your integral form. Integral form is control volume, but we don't have any integral form. So the equation is exactly right. Now I want you to tell the same equation in vectorial form, in vectorial notation.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, it is dou rho by dou t
Yeah,
plus
please, I will write it.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
dou rho by dou t plus, yeah,
rho del dot v.
rho del dot v. Can I know what is the name of the professor?
Sir, I'm Vijay Karthi. It's
Yeah.
Oscar Schindler. I'm a student from PSG.
Yeah.
Sir.
Oscar, I got it. Now this expression is wrong. Why it is wrong? Now what Mr. Vijay told is right, and he has given the
Del
name
dot
as
rho v, sir.
del dot.
Rho v.
Yeah, you are right. Who is this?
Del dot rho v equals 0.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. You are also right, ma'am. Now, all of you, please listen here. It's very simple only. Don't get frustrated or discuss with this equation. Dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. This is called as delta, isn't it? What is delta? I into dou by dou x plus j into dou by dou y plus k into dou by dou z. So we have dou by dou x, dou by dou y, and dou z. So you put as delta. Rho is everywhere for all the three terms, which means this rho should be taken inside. The rho should be taken what? Inside. What about V? V is nothing but UVW. V is nothing but what? It's a vector quantity. It's having UVW. So we have UVW. So it is del dot rho V. It is what? Del dot rho V. I will write once again this term alone. So participants, please listen, it's not difficult. The max is not that much difficult max. You can see here. I am going to write here delta. Why I am writing delta? Because for replacing dou by dou x, dou by dou y and dou by dou z. I am going to write rho. Why I am writing rho? Rho is inside the bracket of dou by dou x. Rho is inside the bracket of dou by dou y. Rho is inside the bracket of dou by dz. So there's no need to write thrice because it's understood. Because rho is a variable here. Then, but instead of writing UVW, we can directly write as what? Capital V bar. Why? Because V is nothing but what? I into U plus J into V plus K into W. So it is nothing but what? Del dot rho V equal to 0. So this is the expression for the continuity equation for a fluid element in fixed in space. Both are same. You should be able to convert here to here. At the same time, you should be in a position to convert from here to here. Are you okay? Are you okay? Whether you are able to understand? Okay. Rho is scalar multiple of V. No, it should not be taken outside of rho should not be taken outside of this delta. Y means rho is still a variable. If it's going to be incompressible fluid, you can Mr. Oscar or Vijay Kumar, you can take the rho outside the del operator if the fluid is going to be incompressible. But since there's a possibility that whatever we have derived is applicable for both compressible and incompressible, so rho should not be taken outside. It's not acceptable. It doesn't mean a scalar can be taken outside. Scalar should also be in the differentiation part. Got the logic what I'm telling? Still is a scalar variable. If it's going to be scalar constant, you can take it outside. But the rho is not a what? Constant. It is a variable. So you can't take outside of the differential operator. So rho can be taken only when the fluid is going to be incompressible. Since the rho is a variable, it should be placed inside the delta only. We don't have rights to take the delta outside. We can take the delta outside only when the fluid is going to be incompressible. What is going to be incompressible? The density will not vary. At that time, it becomes a constant. You can take the rho outside. But at any cost, for a compressible flow, we can't take this delta outside. So whatever the equation we have derived is for a compressible or incompressible, general thing we have derived, compressible or incompressible fluid flow fixed in space. Fixed in space. If everyone is clear, if there's any more doubt, how to represent in a vector form and how to convert it into the back form. If there's any doubt, if there's no doubt, shall I move further? Yeah, fine. Thank you. Now let us assume the flow is going to be, as Oscar has asked, what will be the, now we can reduce this equation to an incompressible fluid. Can anyone tell an equation? This is for general. This equation, whatever I derived, is applicable for both incompressible fluid as well as what? Compressible fluid. Now my question is, what will be the continuity equation for an incompressible fluid? You have to answer me.
Divergence of V vector is equal to 0.
Yeah, what you told is right. So how you told?
Rho del dot V equals 0.
Rho dot del dot V equal to 0. What madam told is also right. Both are right. Yeah. What will happen to the first term? What will happen to the first term?
0.
Density does not change its type, so it is 0.
Yeah, because the density is constant, so it will become 0. What will happen to the second term? Here the density is constant, so you can take outside rho into del dot V equal to what? 0. This is what ma'am told. And one more thing is, as I told you yesterday, the product of density into del dot V should be equal to 0. The density for any fluid can be 0. Whether the density for any fluid can be 0?
No, sir.
No, it can't be 0, which means rho can't be 0, which means what it implies? Rho can't be 0, which means what does it implies?
Del dot V equals 0.
This term should be 0 because A into B, that's what the another person told. The equation of the continuity for a incompressible fluid is del dot V. Both are right. Both of you, what you told is right. But the final expression will end up with what? Del dot V equal to 0. What is del dot V? Anyone can explain me what is del dot V?
Dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z, sir.
Yeah, equal to 0. You are fantastic, ma'am. So the delta V is nothing but what? Dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z equal to 0. This is the continuity equation for an incompressible fluid. In the morning also we had derived the physical meaning of divergence of velocity delta V, and finally we got an expression as 1 by delta V into capital D by dt of delta V. That is to understand the physical meaning. But here also once again we ended with the what? Delta V equal to 0. Delta V is nothing but this equation I will put here. All of you please listen here. This delta V equal to 0. This equation is nothing but what? The continuity equation for an incompressible fluid. For an incompressible fluid. Now we will further explore. One more thing we'll explore. We will take the general form. So you should be able to expand it. You should be able to represent the vectorial form. All you have to do it. It's very nothing. It's very simple. If you want, I can tell you once again what is meant by V. Sorry, I have not clicked on. Yeah. Now we can see what is V. V is nothing but I into U plus J into V plus K into W. What is del? It is I into dou by dou x plus J into dou by dou y plus K into dou z. When I'm going to multiply this and this, I will go away. I and I will not come. That is only for vector. When I'm going to multiply, it becomes like this. So dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y is very simple. Plus dou w by dou z. This value equal to 0 because we have derived it. Delta v equal to what? 0. That is nothing but what? The continuity equation. So your mind should tell delta v equal to 0, or your mind should be in a position, it should be telling dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z equal to 0. Both are right. You should be able to expand it. That's what I am about to tell here. And once again, I will retain this equation alone because that is a general equation for any fluid, whether it's compressible or incompressible, and is applicable for steady and transition state for a fluid element fixed in space. Okay. Whenever I'm going to use a term, I will be very cautious whether I can use the term or what not. Like that, we have to use very carefully when you are going to use any term in the fluid dynamics approach. Okay, so this is nothing but your, yeah. Now I will remove this also. Let me write once again, nothing wrong. So here, if you want, I can write as dou rho by dou t equal to 0. Now I want to have a compressible fluid. What do you mean by compressible fluid? What is meant by compressible fluid?
Density change.
And density may change. Density can change. We are giving the liberty. Density is not a constant, it's a variable. But I want the equation for the continuity equation for a compressible fluid in the steady state. Steady state means what does it implies?
Dou rho by dou t will become equal to 0.
No, what steady state implies means it will not vary with respect to time. Any parameter will not vary with respect to time. So once again, this term becomes 0. Now this term becomes 0, not because of rho, but because of t. Got the logic? Earlier case, I put this term equal to 0 because rho is a constant. But now I am putting this equation equal to 0 because this it is not going to be a transient case. It's going to be a steady state case. So the influence of t is not there. Influence of time is not there. So what is my final expression in this now? Del dot. Sorry, I'm writing in mouse. That is not good. Yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting it. Yeah. Now we can see here the final expression reduces to del dot rho v equal to 0. Got it what I'm telling? So this expression becomes like this expression for a compressible fluid in the steady state condition. In the steady state condition. All are okay with this one? Now anyone can expand this equation and tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, if the fluid is incompressible means then there will not be any effect of time, sir. Because in the equation for incompressible fluid there is no parameter determining time.
Yeah, so, yeah. You are right. You are right. In case of the incompressible fluid, even though if it's going to be transition list, the term will not be considered. It will not have its effect.
Will not have any effect on this.
Yeah. The density will not have any effect.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Now you are right. You are right. I also had some doubts regarding that, but I was clarified. It will not be there. Now, can anyone expand this equation and tell me how it looks? You please expand me. How to expand? First of all, anyone tell me how to expand this one?
Dou by dou x of.
No, don't tell dou by dou x. You tell only dou by dou x. Then what do you have to tell?
Dou by dou x bracket
Dou by?
Dou by dou y.
dou y.
Yeah, that only you have to tell. For which one you are telling this one? These three terms, for which one you are telling?
Del.
Yeah, you are telling for del as what? Dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. How to tell rho?
Rho u.
Rho everywhere. Here also rho is there. Here also rho will be there. Here also rho will be there, isn't it? How to write capital V?
U V W.
How to write capital V?
U
U, yeah. Then
U.
here
V.
small v. Here,
W.
yeah. That's it. So it's very easy. Now we can easily write. Why you are writing rho trace? Because del has all the three terms where rho will be there. Why we are writing V as UVW? Because V will be resolved into U along the x direction. V will be resolved along V along the y direction, and V will be resolved along W along the z direction. Now I hope you will be very familiar how to convert a vectorial form into expanded form, and once again the expanded form into the which one? The vectorial form. Okay, I hope I made it clear. I believe that I made it clear, even though I am slow, but I want you to understand. Yeah, good. Please, sir, please discuss index notation too. Index notation also we can use for instead of IJK or UVW, they will put as 1, 2, 3. That also we can do it, but I did not take it to the next stage. That is also same only. If you are able to understand a vector notation, you can easily take it to the index notation also. So there they will give all U1, U2, U3. So there will not be, you have to consider U2 as V. You have to consider U3 as W. So it may be a little bit confusing, but once again the things are same. So I don't want you to take to the next level. Maybe if we have some more time in next time, we can go for advanced fluid dynamics. At the time we can discuss all those things. Now I hope this itself is sufficient. If you're able to understand this itself, is more than sufficient. Any doubts so far? Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. So if there's any doubt, so what are the equations we derived? Dou rho by dou t plus del dot rho v equals 0. This is the generalized equation for any fluid element fixed in space, whether it's going to be compressible or incompressible, whether it's steady state or transition state. It is a generalized equation. The second comes what? We are derived for the incompressible fluid. Finally, we enter with what? Del dot v equal to 0. That is dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w z by dou z equal to 0. That is for the equation for the continuous equation for the incompressible fluid fixed in space. Then I am going to have a compressible fluid, but which is going to be in steady state. So now dou rho by dou t will go away. Then the expression will be del dot rho v equal to 0, which means dou by dou x of rho u plus dou by dou y of rho v plus dou by dou z of rho w equal to 0. So that's it. Very simple. Very simple. Whether it's difficult or if you have any doubts, I'm ready to answer it. Answer you. Otherwise, I want to move to the next step. Please share your thoughts. Otherwise, I can move to the next step. Shall we move to the next step?
Yes, sir.
That's fine. Now let us move to the next one. Yeah, fine. Everybody got it. That's good. So I'm erasing it because we already saved it with this generalized form. Dou rho by dou t plus del dot rho v equal to 0. Now the same thing will derive based on dash. The same thing will let us derive based on the contour volume. Based on what? Contour volume. Fixed in space. Now yearly we have taken fluid element is fixed in space. Now I am going to consider what is this one? A contour volume which is not going to move. It is going to be fixed only. Okay. Even though it's fixed, it's have a elemental control surface ds, it has a elemental control volume dv, and it has a control volume say v, and it's have a control volume s. And the fluids are going to pass, and the fluids are going to pass through this control volume. So its shape is fixed, its volume is fixed, but which will not vary, mass will vary. But which will vary? Mass will vary. So now we are going to consider the control volume, and is going to be fixed. Fixed means it's not going to move. Fixed in space. Now participants, you please tell me whether you will get the integral form of the equation or differential form.
Integral.
Integral form, because the control volume will get the integral form. Whether we will get d or dou. In the integral form, along with the integral form, whether we get d or dou. Whether we will have capital D or dou.
Those.
Dou only, because it's fixed. It's not moving. Only when it's moving, we'll have capital D. Since it's fixed, it's not having movement, so we'll have with the dou. So finally, our expression will end up with some integral sign. It will end up with some integral sign, and will end up with what? Some dou. It will not have more than this. It will not have D. Got it? What I'm telling? So these are the two things which are allowed at the end of the derivation of this equation. I hope I made it clear. Yeah, fine. Now, yeah, let me take it. Now the same approach. Now, what the same approach means? Yeah, I can tell you like this. What is the mass flow rate? I can write like this. Where I missed it? Yeah. Here I can write it. Mass flow through the elemental control volume. What do you mean by elemental control volume? The volume within this shaded region. Got the logic? Elemental means not the bigger control volume, a portion of the control volume. So how much of mass will be entering through this elemental control volume? Can anyone tell what is the answer? How much of mass can enter through this elemental control volume? What is the formula for the mass flow rate? Rho AB. What is the formula? Rho AB. Because we know that rho 1 A1 V1 equal to what? Rho 2 A2 V2. So rho AB. So what is rho? Rho is only rho. Why I am putting rho is rho only? Whether it's going to be small domain or bigger domain, the density of the fluid is same. Got it? Whether it's going to be small domain or bigger domain, the density of the fluid is going to be the same. So rho will not vary. What about the velocity? Let us keep the velocity as
U.
Capital V. Why I am not putting U or V or W? Because in control volume, it is a three-dimensional one. The fluid can come in any direction. So we can't put U, V or W. The fluid may enter in any direction. So we have to put only the resonant velocity. So I put V, capital V bar. And what about the area? What is the area of this?
DS.
DS.
N cap.
Yeah, what is the, sorry, what is the area means? It is DS. So once again, the formula is rho AB. Rho, area is DS. DS means surface area. And what is V? V is nothing but capital V. So rho into capital V into DS. This is the amount of mass which is coming inside the elemental control volume of, say, volume dV and control surface, say, ds. What will be my next question? What will be my next question? You should have to tell what is my, what will be my, what I will be asking you.
Mass leaving the control volume.
Mass leaving the, I need one small term there, an adjective. Mass leaving the dash control volume. Mass leaving the dash control volume. Dash is an adjective, or we tell more about the control volume. That is called as adjective. And leaving already told. Mass
Elemental control volume.
No, mass leaving the dash control volume.
Elemental control volume.
Huh?
Elemental control volume.
No, mass leaving the entire control volume. Now this is the mass which is leaving the small control volume. Now we want to know the mass leaving the entire control volume. How we can get the entire control volume? If this control surface is going to integrate until this
Integrating.
integrate with respect to what? Integrate with respect to what?
Integrating with respect to limits, sir, actually.
Which limits? Which limits? This area
Surface area.
or volume?
Surface area.
Surface area. Very good. Very good. You are right.
Surface area, sir.
Yeah,
Surface
now
area.
we want to make the surface to the total surface. So you integrate
Yes.
the small control volume such that this control surface will grow bigger and to take the shape of this control volume. Got the logic what I'm telling? So we have to do double integration. Double integration. Yeah, double integration of rho v ds. So I'm a little unhappy because I'm unable to use the. Okay, fine. And now we can say this is the total amount of mass leaving the control volume. Leaving the what is the adjective I told is entire control.
Entire
volume.
control
The
volume.
the adjective term is entire. The adjective term is
Entire.
it's not
Yeah.
elemental. It is the entire control volume. So what is
Yeah,
the total
total,
amount
total.
of mass? Total amount of mass which will be coming on the complete which will come through the entire control volume. That entire is the keyword or the adjective term. So this equation is the called as you say 1. It is positive. So this amount of mass which is coming out of the not elemental but the entire control volume is double integral of rho v ds. How this mass can come? How this amount of mass can come out of the control volume? The same concept what we discussed for the fluid element. That is a clue I can give you. Now certain amount of mass is
Certain amounts of mass will be
coming
stored
outside the
inside.
control volume, which means
Some amount,
no,
there is a
stored
decrease
the
in
word stored. Some amount of mass has been decreased inside the
decreasing.
control
It
volume.
increases the control.
Already there is certain mass inside the control volume. You are right, but you are unable to use the proper term. You are thinking properly in your mind, but you are not able to deliver it. I got it. You are okay, fine. Now what I'm telling means now certain amount of mass is coming outside the control volume means, which means there's certain amount of mass is going to get decreased inside the control volume.
Control volume.
Yeah, good. With respect to time. So what is mass? Rho into dV. What is rho into dV? Density into volume. Okay. Whether this is the mass of the entire control volume or the elemental control volume. Rho, I will ask the question to everyone. Please listen here. Rho is the density, dV is the volume. If I go to multiply rho into dV, I'll get the mass. Now the question is the mass of the elemental control volume or the entire control volume?
Elemental.
Entire,
Because
sir.
I
Entire.
have used dV. dV means elemental, not
Elemental.
not entire. It is elemental.
To
Now this
integrate
is the
it.
mass which is been decreased only inside this control volume, small control volume. So it is the amount of mass decreased. If it is decreased means what I have to put dou by dou t. Rate of change, decrease of mass. So dou by dou t. As well as I have to put a minus sign. As well as I have to put a minus sign. Why I am putting minus sign? Because decreasing. Decreasing means negative. Why I am putting dou by dou t? Because rate of decrease of mass. Of what? Of mass inside the control of the inside the elemental control volume. Now, if I want to know how much amount of mass has been decreased over the entire control volume, what I have to do?
Integral.
Which integral you have to do?
Triple integration.
Yeah, triple integral you have to do. Because you can change, you can see the term also, the operator. Here is dV. So you have to do a triple integral. Here you can see the operator is what? ds. So only double integral. So that is will be a clue for you to understand. So we have to integrate a volume integral. So I am going to put 3 integral sign into rho dV. So minus dou by dou t of triple integral of rho dV equal to, now this amount of mass is decreased. That amount of mass is coming outside of the control volume as double integral of what? Rho v into ds equal ds. Now what about 1 and 2? Now what about 1 and 2? Now what about 1 and 2?
1 and 2. Second one is amount of mass which
No,
is.
that I know. I know
Okay.
what is the 1 means, what is 2 means.
Both are same.
Now,
Both
now
are
both
same.
are same.
Yeah.
How much is
Conserve.
getting decreased? That much will be coming outside. If it's going to decrease less means less amount will come. If it's going to decrease more means more amount will come. If there's no decrease means no mass will come. Both can be 0 equal to 0. That is also possible. So what I'm telling means 1 should be equal to 2. 1 should be equal to 2. Got the logic? What I'm telling? The net amount of decrease of mass inside the entire control volume should be equal to the net amount of mass which is coming out of the entire control volume. So I'm equating 1 equal to 2. I'm equating the 1 with respect to 2. So I can erase it now and I can write in the top. I can do this with PPT, but I will not be happy, or I feel that I may not explain you more clearly than this. So that only, even though it will take more time, I am going with this. Maybe tomorrow we can go with the PPT because we may be understanding more history than today. Okay. So I can I can write like this. Sorry, I have to make it. Yeah. So we can see minus dou by dou t of triple integral of rho dv should be equal to double integral of rho into v into ds. Then what is the next step? You can make one term to take it to the other term, isn't it? Because negative is there. You take this term also to this side and make it to 0. Here it is minus x equal to y. You make it 0 equal to x plus y. I hope you got. It's very simple mathematics. So 0 equal to what? Dou by dou t of triple integral of rho dv plus double integral of rho v into ds equal to 0. That is the formula we have given. Or else we can write the equal to 0 this side, because a equal to b equal to a. That's it. So I can remove this term. Got it? So what is this equation? This equation is the equation of the continuity equation once again for a control volume fixed in space for both compressible as well as incompressible, for both the transient as well as steady state. Gadaraj, what I'm telling? Here it is up to you hereafter to work on this further forms. What are the further forms? If it's going to be what? If it's going to be incompressible. If it's going to be incompressible means I can take rho outside. That's it. But still the term will be here. Here also I can take rho outside, but still the term will be there. Okay. If it's going to be steady state, then this term vanishes and only this term will be there. Got the logic? So whatever the way you want, you can deduce from this general equation for the control volume fixed in space. What this equation says? What does this equation says? Mass flow at 1 is equal to mass flow at 2, which means m dot 1 equal to what? M dot 2, which means what? Rho 1 A1 V1 equal to what? Rho 2 A2 V2. Otherwise, what is? Yeah, all there is no change in the principle. The principle remains the same, whether it's going to be differential form or the principle remains going to be same, whether it's going to be integral form. This is also integral form, but still the principle holds good. What does the principle says? The principle says that the total mass is conserved. The total mass is conserved. There is mass, there's no change. Yeah. Shall we move to the next one? If you have any doubts, I'm ready to answer you. Yeah, equal. Yeah. If you have any doubt, otherwise, shall we move to the next one? If you want, I can. Yeah, we can take this one because this is the continuity equation we want. So file, save as JPG, CE4, I hope, isn't it? CE4. Some important pages we are taking. If needed, we can show in the future. Yeah. Now, what is the third format you want? What is the third format you want? You tell me, or else I won't derive. We have
moving in space.
Which is
moving in space.
Fluid element. Very good, very good. So we'll go with the fluid element moving in space. So fluid element is going to move in space. So when it's going to be moving element means whether we'll enter with the integral form or differential form.
Differential form.
Whether we end up with we are right. Differential form is right. Whether we'll have capital D or small dou.
Capital D.
Capital D.
Definitely we should have capital D. So D and when the fluid element is going to move, what will be the mass inside the fluid element? I'm having a fluid element. I have certain mass inside the fluid element. I'm going to move. What will happen to the mass inside the fluid element?
Mass remains same.
Mass
Remains same.
remains same. Then what is the rate of change of mass?
0.
With respect to space and time, it will be 0. So d by dt of delta m equal to 0. That's it. Got the logic? I will repeat once again. It's very simple, but the concepts are there. Since it's a fluid element, I will not have integral form. I am damn sure. Next, it is moving. So definitely, I should have d. Okay, I'm having d. When the fluid element is moving, yesterday itself we have discussed that the mass inside the control volume or the fluid element will be remain same because it's moving. Okay, so but the shape can vary, but the mass should remain constant. When the mass anything is constant, if you're going to differentiate, what will happen? Any constant if you're going to differentiate becomes 0. So d by dt of delta m equal to 0. Why you put delta m? Because the mass inside the fluid element will be very less or a small quantity. So instead of m, I am putting as what? Delta m. Any doubt here? How to have the concept d by dt of delta m equal to 0? Any doubt? Okay, I will move further. Now, what is delta m? D by dt of what is delta m? Delta m is nothing but rho into dv, because density will remain same, but only the problem will be with what? With respect to the volume. So now I can do a UV. I hope all of you may know UV type of differentiation. If I have U means U into dV plus V into du. So if I have two terms, one term I have to take it outside, I have to differentiate the second term. Then I have to return the second term and I have to differentiate the first term. I hope you know those things in your college standards or even school standards we have did in our +1 and +2. So it is rho into d by dt of dv plus, now you tell me,
dv into
dv into
dv into
d rho by
dt.
dt.
d rho by dt. Isn't it? Yeah, I have written. I have taken dv outside and I put d rho by dt. First I have taken drag outside and dv by dt. Okay, fine. Yeah, now I am going to divide by dv everywhere. So shall I erase it now? Are you okay with this up to here? Because
Yes,
I don't want to take it to a new page. Okay, I will erase both the terms. So after erasing it, I am going to divide by dv for every term. Sorry, I should keep it here and I have to take it here. Yeah, now it will be rho. Sorry, I should put it here below. Rho into, I am going to divide by delta v or dv, or we can put even delta v, d of delta v by, delta v is nothing but small volume, that's it, dv by dt of dv, yeah, plus d rho by dt. No, it is yeah. In this expression, you divide by dv. This expression, you divide by dv alone. So we'll get the answer directly. So you can go here. I will write this term as the first term. I will write this term as the first term now. After dividing by dv, so it become d rho by dt plus rho into 1 by dv of d by dt of dv, isn't it? Equal to 0, isn't it? What I did for this expression, I have taken this expression, 1 and I divided by this term dv. So when I divide by this dv, this term becomes what? D rho by dt. This I put it here as what? Rho into 1 by dv, d by dt of dv. Now in the morning, you have seen this term. In the morning, whatever is in the bracket, you know what is that. Can you tell me what is this?
Delta into V.
Yeah, this is nothing but before the lunch, we ended up the derivation of physical meaning of divergence of velocity. Del dot V equal to 1 by delta V d by dt of delta V. That is, I ask you to assume as a moving fluid element which is going to change its density per unit volume. Sorry, which is going to change its volume per unit volume. So this term within the rectangular bracket is nothing but my del dot V. So the final answer will become like this. So my final answer will be d rho by dt. So that only I thought that one in the morning. So d rho by dt plus rho into this term will become the physical meaning of divergence of velocity del dot V is equal to 0. So this expression is the expression for the continuity equation for a fluid element moving in space. Now whenever you are going to see a moving element fluiding in space, now we can see, now this expression gives me for a fluid element moving in space. So I have entered with capital D also in the expression, which means I am right. Which means I am right. Okay, fine. If from this equation, you can derive what are the expression you want, whether it's going to be compressible or incompressible, whether it's going to be steady state or unsteady state, all those things we can derive it. Okay, got it? That's fine. Any doubts so far? Okay, fine. So let us go. You put this equation as what? You put this equation as the third equation for the governing equation. So if you want, I can take a print screen and I can save it for future reference. File, save as JPG, GE5, governing equation 5. Okay, yeah, fine. Every file is getting saved, nothing to worry. Yeah, now I can go to the new one. What is the last one? What is the last one? Anyone can tell me?
Control volume moving in space.
Control volume moving in space. Very good, very good. So whether it will be differential or whether it will be integral or differential form?
Integral form.
Whether it will have D or not, capital D or not.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll have integral form. We'll have capital D also. We'll have capital D also. We'll have integral form also. So now I will not write in the mouse. Yeah. Now you see here is a control volume. This control volume is going to move with the velocity say V, and is going to move along the unit cap vector. And this is ds, this is dv, and this is a v, and this is a s. The entire control volume is v. Now the control volume is going to move. So we know it should have integration, it should have d. These are the key points. These two things should be there. Now, as usual, what will happen to the mass of the control mass inside the control volume when it is moving? I will repeat the question once again. What will be the mass of the control volume when it is moving?
Same, sir. Remain same.
Mass will remain
Mass will
constant.
remain same. Mass will remain constant. Mass will not vary. So what is the mass? First, now let us try to find out mass. Now I am going to write rho density equal to mass equal to what?
Rho into ds.
Yeah, rho into dv. Density equal to mass by volume. So mass equal to density into volume. Density into volume. Now this is the mass of what? Now this is the mass of what? Rho into dv is the rho into dv is the mass. Elemental control volume. You are great. Now this is not the mass of the entire control volume. This is the mass of the small control volume.
Elemental control volume.
Elemental, very good. Elemental control volume. If I want to find the mass of the entire control volume,
integration.
Which integration?
Triple integration. Double.
So now this expression will give me the mass of the entire control volume. Now this expression will give me the mass of the entire control volume. This is the mass. This is the mass is a constant or variable? This mass is constant or variable?
Constant.
When I go to differentiate, what will happen?
0.
So I am going to differentiate d by dt. D by dt of this mass equal to 0. So this is the expression for the moving control volume. So d by dt of triple integral of
integration of rho dv
rho dv equal to 0.
is equal to 0.
Here this v is volume. Whenever I am not putting above or head, it indicates it's a volume. So it's very simple. I will repeat once again. This is the mass of the element control volume. Up to here, this is the mass of the entire control volume. The mass is a constant. So when you are going to differentiate, it should be equal to 0. Why I am differentiating with the capital D? Because it's moving. Whenever it's moving, it can have both local component and kinetic component. So d by dt of triple integral of rho dv equal to 0. Any doubts so far? That's it. We have come to the end of the day. Almost we have reached. Okay. Yeah, fine. So almost we have got the answer. This answer is nothing but what? For a control volume moving in space. So very, very simple. But you have to understand the concept. If you without understanding the concept, if you're going to put something, we cannot understand. Okay, fine. So it is print screen. Okay, we can give us a D6. G5 or G6? Okay, safety will put us D6. 5 is already there. 6. Yeah, C. C means what? Continuation. D means governing. No problem. Anything. Okay. Okay. Now, any one of you can tell all the 4 forms what we discussed from in the afternoon, the 4 forms of the continuity equation. Without seeing your notebook, you should tell. You may not take notes also, so it's difficult to tell also. So if you want, you can tell me. First, you will take with what? Control volume fixed in space. Okay. The left hand side is control volume fixed. Here the control volume moving. Here the differential form fixed. Here the difference form moving. So shall we write all the 4 types? Yeah, we'll write. So anyone you want to help me? Okay. So dou by yeah, dou t of
Triple
very good triple integral of
rho dv
plus
double integral
yeah.
rho v.
Yeah, this v is capital V, that is last t.
V
Yeah.
vector ds
ds then
equal to 0.
very good, very good. So this is equal to 0. The corresponding moving one is d by dt. Now just now we derived d by dt triple integral of rho dv equal to 0. This v is volume. This v is velocity. This is volume. Now let us come in the bottom. Dou rho by dou t plus dou by dou x of rho u plus dou by dou y of rho v plus dou by dou z of rho w. You assume is rho. Okay. Rho w equal to 0. In the vector form, it can be represented as what? Dou rho by dou t plus delta. Why delta? Delta for dou a by dou x, dou by dou y, and dou by dou z. What about rho? Rho is everywhere. So you put inside, not outside, inside. What about u, v, w? You put capital B. That's it. So vector form will be more easy now. Okay. So delta, either you can write like this or you can write like this. So this is what? This is the for the free element fixed in space. What are the other things free moving in space? D rho by dt plus rho into del dot v equal to 0. Yeah, if you want to take it. Okay, almost we have completed. So if you want, we can put a straight line. And let us not disturb this one. Yeah, like this. And so now you may got the answers. Control volume fixed, control volume moving. When it's fixed, there's no capital D. Since it's control volume, all are integral form. Okay. When it's going to be fluid element, there's no integral form, either this one or this one. When it's going to be fixed, there's no capital D. When it's going to be moving, there's a capital D. Over. Now the question now is now I can answer you if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, can I give some examples where we can apply all four types?
Madam, you want to know which one you have to use for which particular
Application.
model?
Yes.
Application. Yeah. In all our software, we are using either this one or this one. In all our software, we are trying to utilize either this one or this one because we are not going with the differential form. But whenever you are going to for writing the code, most probably we will try to use this one. Okay, but the generic one is either this one or this one, and everyone has his own advantage or disadvantage. For example, on a very traffic time, it is even better to walk rather than take a car, isn't it? But if you want to travel from Chennai to Coimbatore, something like that, it is even better to have a car or a bus or a train. So it depends upon the application, and that will come with experience. That will come with experience, and when you are going to write your own code only, we can still get a better idea. Now, what I'm going to tell means, I am going to start here, I'm going to end here. I'm going to start here, I'm going to end here. I'm going to start here, I'm going to end here. And I also can go from here to here. All are mathematics. All are mathematics. It is possible to convert one form of quantification from one form to another form. All are equally good, but it depends upon when you are going to use for what application like that. But as per the practice, we are using only the above two integral forms for most of the softwares. And when you are writing your own course in order to understand better way, we are trying these two forms, especially this fixed in space like that. Okay, so now I will try to derive from this form to this form. Okay, or I will put this as 1, I will put this as 2, I will put this as 3, I will put this as 4. So this is what I written with my mouse. Yeah. Now let me take and derive from 3 to 4. I will start from 3. I will end up with 3, 4. Okay, shall we move ahead? It will not take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, yeah. I will put a print screen because this is very much needed. File, save as GE7. So I am going to, I am going to take this form and I am going to end here. I had to erase it. Okay, fine. It's always very difficult to erase. So you see here, I'll start from here and I'll end up here. Yeah. The first term I'm going to write the same term. For the second term, I'm going to utilize the UV rule. That means I will differentiate V taking rho outside. Then I will differentiate rho taking V outside. That is nothing but UV rule. Okay. So I'm going to write it here. Dou rho by dou T plus I'm going to apply the UV rule. UV rule means first I'm going to take rho outside and I'm going to differentiate only V, del dot V. The next term is now I'm going to take V outside and I'm going to differentiate only the rho term equal to 0. Okay, what I did you know? First, there's no change in the first term, dou rho by dou T. The second term I split it into UV, rho into delta. I taken rho outside, I made only delta V. Then I taken V outside, then delta rho. Then it's called as what? If you want, I can put delta rho. Okay, here I can put this one. Now, what is the meaning of what is the meaning of the first and third term? In the college, I used to tell, I will give you a chocolate, some Milky Bar, something like that. Now I can't give because we are in online mode. And now I want you to name
Substantial derivative.
Very good, very good. It is nothing but a substantial derivative. In the morning, we are derived what is known as substantial derivative. What is substantial derivative? D by dt is equal to what? Dou by dou t is equal to what? Dou by dou t plus v dot del of something. If it's going to be rho here, this also going to be rho. This is also going to be what? Rho. So we can see the first term and the third term will be contributing to my substantial derivative, which is nothing but what? D rho by dt. Got the logic? The first term and third term, if you have derived in the early morning, so you may forget in it today. But very good, I am happy that one of the participants is able to explain. So this is nothing but what? D rho by dt. So first and third term can be combined and can be called as what? D rho by dt. So here I can put as what? Yeah. Here I can put as d rho by dt plus rho into del dot v equal to 0. Now we have started from 3, ended in what? 4. You see, these both are 4 only. So I started from 3, I ended up with what? 4. So now there is no difference between a fluid element is fixed in space or a fluid element is moving in space. All are mathematics. All are what? Mathematics. Okay, so I have taken 3, but finally ended with what? 4. If everyone is sure, or if there is any doubt how I made it, what are the 2 steps I did? First I made UV expansion, then I substituted for substantial derivative. I got the answer. Okay.
Sir, if it is mathematically all are equal, then what is the difference based on the applications we are applying this?
Yeah. Definitely with respect to application it will vary. That's what I am telling. All are used to have for transport. Just like all are used to transport from one location to another location. But everyone will have some merits and demerits. Sometimes you may take a two-wheeler, sometimes you can take a by walk, sometimes you can go by car. All are used to transport one from one location to another location because kinetic equation, momentum equation, energy equation are transport equation. They used to transport whatever mechanism from one location to another location. As Madam told, mathematically it may be same. Mathematically we can connect from one form to another form. But every equation has its own advantage. It has its own drawbacks. Or I can't tell as drawback. Every equation has its own limitations. So definitely I agree with you, ma'am. But mathematically I'm telling you, we can play with mathematics and we can connect from one form to another form. But application point of view, definitely it will vary according to the application. Sure, it will vary. Now I will,
Nothing, sir.
Yeah, fine. Next, I will try to move from 1 to 3. I will take the integral form and I will try to come to the differential form. What is 1? Control volume fixed in space. From there, I will drop to this equation. This equation is what? Fluid element fixed in space. So I am going to do that one. Last 2 minutes, then we'll wind up. Tomorrow, if we have time, I am ready to derive the Navier-Stokes equation and the energy equation, which are most important. And in the afternoon, we can go with the tools. Okay. Today we are going fully with concepts. Yesterday we went fully with the tools. Tomorrow morning we will go with Navier-Stokes equation or the momentum equation and the energy equation. In the afternoon we will go with the tools. If it's okay with you? Yeah. Now, yeah, fine. I will go here. Now it will be the equation is dou by dou t of triple integral of rho dv plus double integral of rho v into ds equal to 0. Now what I am going to do means I am not going to change the first term. Now I am not going to change the first term. For the second term, I am going to use the Gauss divergence theorem. What is Gauss divergence theorem?
Sir, surface integral to volume integral.
Yeah, now I want to convert surface integral into volume integral. So the surface integral will become volume integral. This will become, this is 5. Rho into V is called as 5. It will become del dot 5. So it becomes del dot 5. 5 is nothing but what? Rho into V. ds will become what? ds will become dV equal to 0. Now, what we can do is that even we can take this dou by dou t inside because a perfect integral, or you know the limit of integration. So dou by dou t, I have taken this dou by dou t inside. Rho dV plus triple integral of del dot rho v. There's no change in the second term, dV. Now I can combine both the first term and second term because both are having triple integral, both are having dV. Okay, so I can write this triple integral dou by dou t or dou rho by dou t plus del dot rho v of common of this common of dV. Why? dV is applicable to the first term, dV is applicable to the second term. Got the logic what I'm telling? So I for these two terms I combine them as single term because the triple integral is there, dV is also there. So this is the first term, this is the second term. Now when the control volume, when I can move from an integral form to a differential form, when I can move from a integral form to a differential form.
Elemental log control.
Huh?
For elemental control.
No, no, when I can move from the integral form to the differential form.
And the control volume changes to finite element volume. Finite element.
Very good, very good. Don't tell what, yeah, what you are told is right. You have to be very cautious in using the terms. So, as he told, when the control volume becomes very, very small, when the control volume becomes very small, it becomes what? Fluid element. So, when the control volume becomes very small, then it becomes fluid element. So that only we can have the differential form. So now there is no meaning of this integration with the dV. Finally, I will end up with dou rho by dou t plus del dot rho v equal to 0. Here I can't explain with mathematics. I can explain only with the maths. Here the control volume becomes fluid element. So there's no meaning of this. So there's no meaning of triple integral and dV. So it becomes dou rho by dou t plus del dot rho v equal to 0, which is nothing but 4, which is nothing but 3. So we started with 1. We started with the expression 1 and we ended with the equation number 3. Got the logic? So we can convert 1 into 3. We can convert 3 into 4. We can convert other forms also we can convert. Okay, it's possible. Yeah, we can even convert the 4 into 3 also we can convert. Once again, if you are going to travel in the other direction, we can get it to the fourth form. 4 to 3 also you can try. And the difficulty will be from for 2 to 1. For 2 to 1, you have to apply some more logic. But I feel now itself we may be tired, so I don't want to take much of your time. Okay, yeah. If you want, I can teach you from 2 to 1, but you will feel tired and you feel very bored. Or somebody can understand, somebody may not understand. So let's stop here. But it's possible to convert d by dt of triple integral of rho dv equal to 0 from this format to two terms, dou by dou t of triple integral of rho dv plus double integral of rho v into ds equal to 0. But I am happy today we are able to work on this much of information with you. I am able to share this much, and even by this time, more than some 130 participants have been here. 132 participants have been here to listen. Really, I'm happy, and you're able to got the information. If there is any doubt, I'm ready to clarify. Otherwise, we'll stop for the day. And tomorrow morning, yeah.
Sir, please explain the last line.
Thank you, everyone. Which one? Which is this last part?
Yes, sir.
You're asking Yeah, this one, up to here is a control volume. But from the control volume, I want to move to the fluid element. Okay. Control volume is going to be very, very big. When the control volume becomes very small, then only it becomes fluid element. Then there's no meaning of integration. Got the logic? Your control volume is very, very big.
Okay, sir.
And
Fine.
you are going to make the control volume to be very, very small. Then only it becomes fluid element, isn't it? Anyhow, you have to move from control
Yes,
volume to
sir.
fluid element. Then you feel whether the integration has any meaning, then definitely this integral will not have any meaning. So I have dropped this integration on dv. Even if you integrate, it will be
Okay, sir.
very small only. Yeah, that's the meaning. That we have to interrupt it physically. We can't explain mathematically. Yeah. If I'm going to tell a mathematical process, you will not agree. That's what I'm telling. Yeah. Oh, fine. So yesterday we have seen much with the tools. Today I was really more happy because we are able to think more about the theoretical part, because both are both should be known. Then only we can tell with pride and proud that we are good in CFD. Okay. So still 2 more days is left. I will try to share whatever the knowledge I have. I may be wrong also. If I'm wrong, you please rectify me. I don't tell I'm an expert in CFD. I know certain things in CFD which I want to share with you. If I make any mistakes also, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to learn from you. Yeah. If there's any other doubt?
Sir, we can wind up. Somebody's are asking about the control volume, moving control volume. I hope that you may be covered in the CFX turbo grid model or in the moving turbine analysis.
Yeah, that we can do. When you're doing it with the tools, we can explain them. Yeah, because I thought 5 days will be too much, but even 5 days is not sufficient. But really, I'm happy that all the participants are able to keenly listen from morning to evening. As I told you earlier, listening is very difficult than teaching.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. We can wind up today.
Yeah.
We can
Yes, sir.
gather again on tomorrow morning.